Welcome back to the desert and Peoria, Arizona, where the Padres continue their Cactus League schedule today. It's the San Diego Padres welcoming the Cleveland Indians to Peoria Sports Complex. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball, our second telecast of the spring. And today, we get to see the sheriff on the mound for the Padres is Chris Paddock, all ready to go. No restrictions this year. Should be fun to watch.
24-year-old, even though it's spring training, he is fun to watch. And he's going to have the same intensity. He will match that intensity that he displayed last year as a big leaguer. Broke camp with the San Diego Padres. He was on a mission. And the numbers, we could talk about the batting average against. We could talk about the whip. That was .98. What he has, the intangibles, is the guts. He's got the determination. He is relentless. It's on his glove. He's got the 96, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got the curveball, the changeup. But one thing is for sure, he wants to be the best. He, each and every time out, wants to do it the way he knows how to each and every time for Chris Paddock.
He would like to be the opening day starter as well. We'll see him today. We know that. Larry Rothschild, the new pitching coach for the Padres, will join our own Bob Scanlon. We come back to Peoria after this.
Welcome back to Peoria Sports Complex. An absolutely beautiful day for some baseball between the Padres and the Indians. Chris Paddock getting ready to make his 2020 Cactus League debut. And, of course, he's going to be part of what should be a strength for this Padres club, the pitching staff. And it's being led by new pitching coach Larry Rothschild. And while Larry is new to the Padres, he's certainly not new to Major League Baseball. 45 years of experience as a player, as a coach, as a manager. We had a chance to catch up with him and ask him about his impressions of this pitching staff, both before joining the club and now that he's had to work with the players on an individual basis. Here's what he had to say.
I think everybody knows there's a lot of good young arms here and some guys that spin the ball really well. So my thoughts were I look forward to working with some young guys and trying to help develop them.
And once you got here, even more impressed? What did you see once you actually got here and got a chance to see these guys?
Yeah, you know, you watch a lot of tape and see them on tape during the winter, and it's different when you see them in person. But it gives you a good basis to work from. So, and then I got to go around a little bit this winter and see guys as they started throwing progression. So we just worked towards that and getting familiar with guys and, you know, see the arm strength. But, you know, there's a lot of guys that throw hard that don't necessarily pitch well. So, you know, you need to be able to see the ability to make pitches and spin the ball and be able to do different things.
Well, Chris Paddock, he'll get a chance to see the big arm and a guy that can locate. It should be a nice outing for Chris Paddock. Padres, Indians. First pitch coming up next right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
We welcome you back to Peoria. We get ready for Indians Padres as the Padres on a beautiful day here in Peoria getting ready to take on the Cleveland Indians. Not a cloud in the sky as we get it started as the Padres have a pretty good lineup today featured. As yesterday a lot of the guys had the day off, but back in there today, and they get Paddock on the hill. Should be a lot of fun.
I think we should see some offense today and some regulars from last year. Another spring training starts here, and also Chris Paddock, year in the big leagues last year. He knows what it's all about going through spring training. So I'm really excited to see the right-hander twirl today.
Well, no restrictions on him, and that's one thing certainly not the case last year. Of course, he wasn't even going to be on the team, it appeared to begin last year, but then made the team out of spring training after the spring that he had. But this year, I think he's heading in with a bunch of confidence and knowing what to expect, really, as he takes the hill right now as the Padres take the field today.
Rocking the high pants and the stirrups, going old school, Chris Paddock, and he's going to have the same intensity this afternoon as he would if it were opening day or during the course of a season.
Now the Cleveland Indians are here. That means Terry Francona's in the house. How about 93 wins a year ago, but no postseason? It's tough.
That's a big league hang with him, and nobody said it was going to be easy in this game of baseball, but he put together a roster last year that deserved to be in the playoffs. Not the case.
Check out his lineup. Mike Freeman leads it off at second base. Oscar Mercado is in center. Jake Bauer is at first base with old friend Franmil Reyes, the DH, in the cleanup spot for the Indians. Bradley Zimmer is in right field out of La Jolla High School. Noah Jones is at third base with Yu Chang at shortstop, batting seventh. Greg Allen in left field. And Sandy Leon doing the catching. One of Chula Vista's Greg Allen as well, the left fielder for the Indians. Now for our pitching matchup brought to you by Cox.
Chris Paddock twirls today. Last year, 2019, 9-7. You see his stats right there in a very, very good year, going 140 and 2/3 innings pitched. So as Don mentioned, you know, he's not going to go 250 innings this year, right? He could approach 200 innings. One thing is for sure, I think that Chris Paddock, with his stuff and he knows how to pitch, he will definitely go deeper into games, maybe in the 7th or 8th inning. And with the way the Padres bullpen is going to pan out this year, I'm hoping for good things for Chris Paddock in year 2 in the big leagues.
Now Mike Freeman about to get it started here for the Indians, making his way plateward, the second baseman for the Indians. They train in Goodyear. About 35 minutes from here. You're going there Saturday, right?
Saturday, doing some radio. Little Ohio, the Reds and the Indians share that complex.
Now Paddock 9-7 a year ago, a 3.33 earned run average, 26 starts in the major leagues last year.
And Donnie, we get to see the tattoo, the lion tattoo on that left forearm of Chris.
So does the opposition for the first time. Opposing hitters getting in the box and having to deal with that lion staring back at you. Also the state of Texas in the middle of the lion. Fouled off to the left out of play.
Well, there's one thing for sure, that the opposition will get a lion's share of strikes, particularly first pitch strikes. 71%, led all of Major League Baseball last year for Chris Paddock. He comes right after these hitters and wants to get ahead.
0-2 pitch is going to miss, down and in. Do you have any tats that I don't know about?
And I will not, that you know about. I will not get inked up as we take a look at the first pitch strike percentage last year. Look at that company he's in as well.
Very defensive swing there, and carves it foul over by the Indians dugout. They're housed on the third base side here at Peoria Sports Complex.
And here's how I digest and dissect this stat right here. 71.3 first pitch strikes, right? Well, if you're a hitter and you know you're going to get a strike, I think you're going to be a little bit on the aggressive side, especially if it's a fastball. So therefore, you're going to have to square it up. You're going to have to get a hit to get on base, right? Chris Paddock's going to get a lot of outs. So therefore, fewer pitches over the course of an outing, which will entail him to go, or enable him, I should say, to go deeper into a ball game by firing those first pitch strikes.
Now trying to put away Freeman here, who is battling away and waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Goes and strikes out there, badly fooled. And Paddock strikes out the first hitter he faces.
Well, this pitch right here kind of had some action down and in to Freeman. Let's watch it out of the hand here. It was at 85. Out in front of it. Maybe a changeup. And a good result for the right-hander.
One down for Oscar Mercado, the center fielder today for the Indians. 269, 15 homers, 54 runs batted in last year in 115 games.
Look at that. 93, free and easy, strike one.
Fouled off to the right out of play. One thing that was kind of a work in progress last year was the curveball for Paddock. It's something that he wants to harness this year.
We just saw one right there.
Yeah.
And, you know, different environs here in the dry, arid atmosphere in Peoria.
Harder?
I think it's a little harder. I really do. Because the grip isn't really all that great on a baseball when you have those conditions. Got to really get out in front and really snap it.
Snap that fastball right by him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Paddock. Good start to the day for the Sheriff.
Here it is. See how far you can hit it. I've got 2 strikes on you. I'm going to go up and in out of the zone. We know that that is a big-time pitch for hitters going after that high fastball. They want to elevate. They want to send it on its way. And Chris Paddock just beat that guy, Oscar Mercado, at his game, swinging at that high pitch.
2 down here in the first inning. Jake Bauer standing in. Swinging away and lifting a fly ball to left center field. Franchi Cordero, the glasses on, takes care of out number 3. It's a nice first inning for Chris Paddock today. A 1-2-3 first. The Padres are coming up in Peoria. Now the Indians go down in order in the top of the first inning. Padres coming up in the bottom of the first inning. And let's check out the Padres starting 9's good looking lineup today for Jace Tingler, as Fernando Tatis Jr. going to lead it off. And at shortstop today for Tengler as Will Myers bats second, the DH. Manny Machado at third base with Eric Hosmer at first base. Jurickson Profar at second base with Josh Naylor in right. Austin Hedges doing the catching. Frenchie Cordero's in center. And Abraham Almonte is in left field for the Padres. Adam Pletko on the mound today for the Cleveland Indians.
Set to make his first start of the spring against the Friars. 2019, AAA Columbus, and made 4 starts before being recalled in May 18th. Big kid, big frame, over the top, fastball, breaking ball, change up. Hopes to break in with the rotation. You know, Mike Clevenger is on the shelf right now for 6 to 8 weeks with knee injury. So he might be in that rotation.
Tatis sends this one to center field. Mercado has room and takes care of out number 1. Wind blowing in again today. Not as hard as yesterday, but it is blowing in. So 1 down, and let's check out the Indians defensively. Left to right across the outfield, it's Greg Allen, Oscar Mercado, and Bradley Zimmer. Third to first, Nolan Jones, Yu Chang, Mike Freeman, and Jake Bowers, with Sandy Leon doing the catching for Adam Pletko. 1 down in the first inning for Will Myers, playing back-to-back days. Will got the start in right field here yesterday, and today the DH. 18 home runs last year for Will in 155 games. Line into left field, a base hit for Myers. Kind of a frustrating day yesterday at the plate, grounding into a double play and a couple of strikeouts. Not this time. A base hit to left field starts this afternoon.
Yeah, kind of got a semi-hanging slider there. It was on the outer half of the plate, but with that wingspan and that extension from Will Myers, he deposits that one in shallow left field for the knock.
Brings up Manny Machado. 32 home runs last year in his first year in a Padres uniform. And already won this spring. Here are the numbers last year in his first year. 156 games. Like to work on the 256 average. Really the only part of it that was off the mark for Machado, what he is used to in years past.
The objective for any hitter is just to go up there. You don't want to get jammed. You don't want to be out in front off the end of the bat. You want to barrel up. And that brings me to my point, because it was documented that Manny, working this offseason, simply doing that, trying to barrel up baseballs.
Down the line and left, and Allen makes his way over towards the line to make the catch. Wind is going to be a factor today, and he's there for the grab. 2 down here in the first. Also worked on his face moss during the offseason.
He did. He had some kind of like mutton chops.
Yeah.
That's going like straight 1960s look. That was big in the 60s, early 70s.
2 down, Myers at first, and here is Eric Hosmer. 22 home runs a year ago, just shy of the century mark in RBIs, and a 265 average.
That's kind of got to eat at a guy, doesn't it? It's like hitting 299, 99 RBIs, yeah, right?
Sitting there at a hundo.
It's like that one, you end the season, it's like, oh man, just one more RBI.
It's a big difference between 99 and 100.
It is. It's like winning 9 games instead of 10. It's like winning 19 instead of 20.
To center field, and Mercado coming in and makes the catch on the sinking liner. Had to dive forward to make that catch and reels it in to end the first inning. Done with 1. Indians and Padres without a score.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. John?
Supposed to give the score.
Scoreless.
Scoreless. So we head to the second inning. Old friend Franmil Reyes in the house, standing in for the Indians. Great to see Franmil, and he's in the cleanup spot today for the Indians. After going over in the trade from the Padres, a lot of DHing. And turns on the first pitch he sees and lines it into left field. Over to play it is Almonte. Reyes headed for second base, and he'll get in there standing with a double to begin the second inning. Not waiting around, jumping on that first pitch he sees from Paddock, his former teammate.
And as I mentioned in the first inning, when Chris Paddock took the mound, all those strikes, 71% last year, led all of Major League Baseball. Hitters are going to come up to the plate, and they're going to go to hacking. Yeah, they'll get their hits. And if Chris Paddock is locating that first pitch strike, yeah, he'll get the ground balls, he'll get the weak fly balls, and next thing you know, he'll be going deep into the ball game. But Franmil Reyes wins that battle right there on the first pitch fastball.
So Reyes at second base, nobody out, brings up Bradley Zimmer. Mentioned earlier off the top from La Jolla High School.
Yeah.
.372 in 15 games last year in the minors. 3 homers and 7 runs batted in. Pretty big, 6'5", 220 pounds.
That's a keeper.
First round draft choice, 21st overall in 2014 by the Indians. And last year got into his first 9 games in the big leagues. Still resides in La Jolla.
Zimmer is the 5th hitter faced by Paddock, and he has 5 first pitch strikes. He's continuing the trend from last year at pumping that strike zone early.
Swing and a miss, and Zimmer strikes out. 3rd K for Paddock.
This is what I love about Chris Paddock is that the leadoff double, I mean, you know, to prevent that run from scoring, you've got to get 3 outs. It's a leadoff double. Well, 1/3 of the way there after going after Zimmer, getting ahead and then putting him away on that breaking ball there. That was a really, really good pitch.
1 out Reyes at second base, and it brings up Nolan Jones, the 3rd baseman. First time he has not been ahead here.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball as well. 78. Might have been a curveball there. See, now if I'm a hitter, I'm looking for a number 1 right here. I'm looking for a fastball. I'm going to go after it.
It seemed like a lot of hitters could kind of take that out of the equation a little bit, his curveball last year.
Yeah.
When he wasn't throwing it for strikes.
Recognize it, spit on it, right? Because he couldn't prove that, you know, at times he buried it early for a strike, get me over early breaking ball. But you're right, that's a good point. These big league hitters, they know. They do their research, and early on in the game will tell you if he's got that feel for it or not. If he doesn't, you just spit on it. You recognize it, let it go.
And then you're down to 2 pitches. Really, you get a fastball and changeup to worry yourself with.
Exactly. And you know what? You sit fastball location if you're a hitter, if that's the case on that particular night or day for Chris. And it can get dicey if you can't locate. I still believe it's a fastball count. You can still get away throwing a fastball if you know how to locate it.
Two-one coming up here to Jones with Reyes at second base. And that one's in there for a strike. Grabs the outside corner to make it 2-2.
See, like that pitch there, fastball count 2-1. It was a fastball up a little bit, but it caught the outside corner. Not a lot that Nolan Jones can do on that particular pitch, except loft it to left field.
Full count now, and 20 pitches deep into his outing today is Paddock. Expected to go a couple here today, per usual. Early in spring.
Really wouldn't mind seeing a changeup here. 3-2, you got first base open, maybe an off-speed pitch, changeup away.
.84 miles an hour appeared to be the change right there.
Now you can do a couple things. Double up, which I love. I love doubling up on the changeup back-to-back, especially 3-2, or fastball in to try to tie him up a little bit. Looks like he's going away again.
Fouled away, and we'll do it again, 3-2. Feel pretty much straight away here. That wind now blowing from right to left a little bit more, but still in. to left field, where Almonte makes his way over towards the line and makes a catch for out number 2. No advance for Reyes. Remains at second base. 2 down here in the second inning.
Good pitch, tied him up. There's that easy fly ball to left for the easy out for Paddock. Hey, not bad. 2/3 of the way there after that leadoff double from Reyes.
So 2 down. Reyes, with a double to begin the inning, still standing at second base. And here is Yu Chang, the shortstop. Got 28 games last year with the big club in Cleveland, hitting at 178 a year ago.
One thing is for sure that we know, Chris Paddock last night crushed a pizza.
That's right.
That's his routine. Carb overload for the right-hander.
On the ground, kind of fought that off softly to Tatis, who throws on the run and in time to retire Chang. So Paddock works his way around a leadoff double by old friend Franmil Reyes. Inning and a half done without a score from Peoria. Scoreless as we head to the home half of the second inning. Jurickson Profar to lead it off here for the Padres. Second baseman will be followed by Josh Naylor and Austin Hedges here in the bottom of the second. Curveball drops in there for strike 1. Profar last year, 20 home runs. He's a member of the Oakland A's, 139 games.
It's going to be an interesting look this year in spring training at second base for the San Diego Padres. You've got names thrown out there. Of course, Jurickson Profar. You've got Brian Dozier now in camp. Ty France's name has been mentioned. So fewer than a handful of names to be the projected second baseman this year for the San Diego Padres. So stay tuned to that.
Yeah, Brian Dozier, very nice pickup.
Yeah.
Signed to a minor league deal and in camp with the Padres. Not yet seen him in a game. Profar, of course, a longtime Texas Ranger. Leads it off in the bottom of the second inning. Sends a liner to left. In comes Allen to make the catch. Sharply hit, but slicing right back to the left fielder for the first out here of the second inning.
Had the right idea. Nothing he can do right there. He put a good swing on it. Sounded like he barreled it up. But positioned perfectly in left was Allen.
So 1 out, and it brings up Josh Naylor. Looks really good coming into this spring.
Really good. Determined. Kid can hit.
Sky to center. Oscar Mercado takes care of out number 2, and that's 4 in a row now, retired by Pletko. So Naylor retired, still just 22 years old, Josh Naylor.
Yeah, you know what? As you mentioned, he comes to the camp and he looks great. Lost a lot of weight, right? And I'm just kind of, throughout my years of being in Major League, there have been cases where guys lost weight and it's been a deterrent to them. I'm not saying that's the case for Josh. The guy's got great hand-eye coordination. He can drive the ball the opposite way. He's got some pop, and hopefully, he looks great, and hopefully that works to his benefit. But there has been cases to where, gosh, guys just don't feel the same, and they just don't have the same result. That's why I gained weight this offseason, because I felt
you came in
more comfortable with myself.
Large and in charge.
Yeah, last year, I shed some LBs and just didn't feel myself.
No, wasn't right. Wasn't you. So you packed on the LBs in December and January, and here you are.
That's a good kid right there, Josh Naylor. The type of kid you root for.
Well, we were here a couple of weeks ago for fantasy camp. I bumped into him. He was already here working out, getting ready. Well before the rest of the team was here in spring training.
He's a good egg.
Fly ball to left field. Allen battling the sun, going back to the wall, and he makes the catch. Nice play there. That was not easy. Wynn played with it as well. Wasn't sure how hard that was hit initially, but he ducks back and makes the grab right at the fence of the bullpen area out there in left field. Greg Allen makes the grab on Hedges and ends the inning scoreless through 2. Top of the 3rd inning. Nice catch out there by Greg Allen to end last inning. Wasn't sure he's going to get to that.
Yeah, it really was. But the wind blowing in, I did not think the ball was going to travel this far. But he flash looks. Did you see him flash look? He saw the track and they could feel the track and then lays out perfectly. And it's a good thing because as he catches this ball, great concentration, goes into the fence to where it gives a little bit, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And the bullpen catcher cheering him on right there. A very nice catch and to blow the bubble there to finish it off. Very nice.
Yeah, if there's no give in the fence, that would really hurt.
Yeah.
A new pitcher into the game, Pierce Johnson coming in.
With the Giants last year, 37 games, 43 and 2/3 innings of work. Always working from the stretch.
Played for the Hanshin Tigers also last year in Japan. Second among Central League relievers. 1.38 earned run average. Had 40 holds last year.
You know what's weird?
What's that?
It's I know his dad.
I was just going to say that. Did you know that he served as the Padres vice president of marketing?
Yes, Don. His dad, Don.
Yeah.
I do remember.
1992 through 1998.
Yep.
This is down the line at first base. Hosmer will flip quickly, and there's Johnson in time. It was a tough play right there, but over nicely was Pierce Johnson.
That was one of those in-betweeners. It really wasn't smashed hard, and it really wasn't a little dribbler. So the idea is if Johnson can get to it, he gets to it, then he goes to the bag. So it just gets him there. A nice feed from Eric Hosmer. Let's check it out. Oh, yeah, he spun towards the glove hand side, which was key as well because Hosmer's actually in front of the bag towards home plate. So that would be the only move to make. Very nice.
One down here in the 3rd inning brings up Sandy Leon. 65 games last year with Boston, hitting at 192. Flips it foul off to the left out of play. One of the newcomers to the Indians. 5 homers, 19 runs batted in. World champion from 2018.
I love switch hitting catchers. I mean, it's nice to have. I remember talking to John Farrell, the manager of the Boston Red Sox back in the day when Sandy Leon was there. And he said, you know what, he was pretty much backup, but he was a guy who probably for other teams could start. So a good guy to have on the roster.
Has good power.
Yep.
Leon down, top of the order. Mike Freeman next as the Indians bat here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Nice outing today for Chris Paddock in his spring training debut.
He was just mid-season form, firing strikes. He is a first pitch strike machine.
2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 3. All swinging. So a nice day today for Chris, getting his work in. Got to feel pretty good. First outing out of the way for the Sheriff. Two is in there for strike 3. That one freezes Leon. First strikeout for Pierce Johnson. Second out here in the 3rd inning.
Back-to-back breaking balls from Johnson and a nice frame job by Austin Hedges. Outside part of the plate, legitimate strike. Frozen pizza there on the breaking ball.
Two down, 5 in a row retired by Padres pitching. Top of the order, Mike Freeman. Second time through. This Indians lineup, Freeman, a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. Padres pitching now with 4 strikeouts so far in the early going.
You see how windy it is down on that field. The jersey of Pierce Johnson flapping in the wind there. I noticed you've gone with more product in your moss today. Up
Really?
top, yeah.
I thought it was the same as they usually do.
It's like not even moving.
It doesn't usually move a lot. There's not a lot
More
there
product?
to move. I don't think so.
I think so.
Yesterday it was moving a little more than I liked. Down the line and left. Almonte battling the sun. That's going to be out of play.
Now the wind is going. I mean, it's right field foul pole to left field foul pole. As you look at the flags above the wall out there, I mean, it's straight out. Right to left.
You think I did more today? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there's more product up here.
Really?
It looks more stiff. Four-seamer.
1-2 pitch coming up. There's not a lot up there, but I like it to keep it where it is.
Yeah.
You know, with all this wind and stuff for the open. There's a guy in this ballpark today who liked to mess up my hair for 8 years. He would mess up my hair periodically before games because he knew it would bother me.
Well,
He didn't get me today.
what's his name?
Terry Francona.
Yeah.
You can
That's like a
YouTube-
tradition, right?
Yeah. There are, I think, 3 videos on YouTube of attacks. I was attacked. Could have filed charges if I wanted to on a couple of them. There
There's
he
Tito.
is. Hall of Fame manager Terry Francona, one of the great people in the game. Payoff pitch coming up here. And Freeman carves it foul back to the screen.
See how Pierce Johnson right there, it tells you a lot. He's got confidence in that breaking ball because it was 3-2. He threw it there, and Freeman fouled it straight back. That's how we got Sandy Leon looking. Backdoor breaking ball, and he just threw it right there.
Have an inside-out swing, and it's fouled off to the left out of play.
Good heater down and in. 95.
Pierce Johnson here on a minor league free agent contract. Invited to spring training. Makes his home in Denver, Colorado. .37 appearances out of the pen last year for the Giants. Skips in, and that's ball 4. First walk handed out by Padres pitching today, and Mike Freeman down to first base with 2 down here in the inning.
Well, I know it's Cactus League. I know it's early, but walks has been one of the things that the Padre pitching staff has not done in the short time. That's only the 7th walk issued. And like I said, it's still spring training. It's still early, but still, you like to fire strikes, and that's what they're doing. That's the MO.
Oscar Mercado struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1. On the ground, lots of spin on it. Profar can't get it. It's under his glove and into right field. So Freeman just keeps on going. He'll take third base. That had all kinds of spin on it. Lots of English out towards Profar at second base, and squibs by him into short right field. First and third all of a sudden with 2 down in the inning for the Indians.
That had a really odd look to it as this swing, big swing, probably off the end of the bat, and then done, as you mentioned, as Profar, he was actually going towards second base there. And just out of his reach, and with 2 outs, easily going into third base is Freeman. Pierce Johnson made a good pitch, just couldn't find an infielder's glove.
So now Jake Bowers, who flied out to center field first time up, gets his first look at Pierce Johnson. Grounds 1 to first. Hosmer's got it on a couple of hops, takes it to the bag to retire the side. So the Indians threaten but do not score. We're through 2.5 without a score from Peoria Sports Complex. Scoreless as we head to the last half of the third inning on a beautiful day in Peoria, Arizona. Well, thanks to USAA, the official military appreciation partner of the Padres, all active duty reserve, veteran, and retired military and their families receive 50% off tickets to all Sunday games and 25% off all other games all season long. Tickets at padres.com/military. Beautiful day today, not a cloud in the sky. As we play into the bottom of the third inning without a score. Franchy Cordero trying to stay healthy this year. That's a big thing for him. So much talent, but over the last 2 seasons playing in only 49 games combined. And he'll be facing veteran and former Padres left-hander Oliver Perez.
The Culiacan kid from Culiacan, Mexico, signed as a professional and started his professional career right here in Peoria, Arizona in 1999. 15 years of Major League service for Oliver Perez.
And the left-handed reliever hanging in there.
Yeah. He'll change arm angles. He will hover over that rubber for a while to give the hitter a different look. He just mixes it up. And he has been around, and it's quite too long, Don, to go over his resume as far as cities played in his big league and minor league career.
Lifted foul down the left field line. Jones going as far as you can, so is Allen, but that's well back into the seats.
But you know what? Going back to Franchy Cordero, how about the wish list? That's on my wish list. The kid who could possibly play 145 games at the big league level, get about 600 at-bats, see what he can do.
Elbow strain, the problem last year. You mentioned just 49 games in the last 2 seasons for Franchy. There's a new look.
Yeah.
Kind of the Louis Tion.
Yeah.
Throw your back at you and then turn and fire. So you're right. He's changing things up. Arm angles, everything else.
Yep.
Nobody on base here to begin the inning.
Oh, the quick pitch.
Trying to trick you right now. Huh? Evens up at 2-2 to Cordero. Abraham Almonte waiting on deck. On the top of the order, Fernando Tatis Jr. That one drops in there for strike 3. Cordero was getting the body out of the way, but the breaking ball gets in there for the 3rd strike. First strikeout for Perez, 1 down.
This is a inside breaking ball that, according to the home plate umpire, Chad Whitson, catches the inside corner. Let's check it out. Yeah, you know what? Pretty good pitch on that breaking ball. Straightening up Franchy. And Oliver gets the strikeout.
This is away to Abraham Almonte. Almonte originally signed with the Yankees. On a Santo Domingo of the Dominican Republic. Check swing with a called strike. Made his major league debut with Seattle in 2013.
So he has played with the Mariners here at this complex. He was with the Padres. Then he went to the Indians for a little bit, the team they're playing against. Now he's back as a Padre at the Peoria Sports Complex.
Yeah, Padre in 2014, 2015. 4 stops in Cleveland, Kansas City, Arizona last year. 17 games, hit at .290 for the Diamondbacks a year ago. Fouls this one back above us and in front of us. Oliver Perez taking over for Adam Pletko, who started this game and for the first 2 innings for the Indians, giving up 1 hit, no runs, didn't walk anybody nor did he strike anybody out. Perez with a payoff pitch, and that is ball 4. So a strikeout, now a walk. Monte batting out of the 9th spot draws the 1-out walk. Here comes Tatis Jr. What a welcome sight it is to see him back and healthy. 84 games last year for the Padres.
You know, it's a proven fact. Concession sales plummet when this kid walks up to the plate. Why? Because everybody wants to see what he can do at the plate. He shows bunt there. He can bunt for a base hit. He can hit one out of the ballpark. He can hit an extra base hit. But everybody's going to stay seated when this kid comes to the plate.
Down 0-2. Opening day last year, 20 years, 85 days old. The youngest Padre to play in opening day since Roberto Alomar was 20 years old, 77 days back in 1988.
I remember that first big league hit for Roberto Alomar Jr. Roberto Alomar, I should say. Sandy Alomar Jr. is the coach for the Indians. Base hit opposite field from left side off of Nolan Ryan.
Pretty good guy to get your first hit off of.
Oh, yeah.
Throw to first, and Almonte diving back to the bag, held on over there by Bowers. Going over there again. Almonte back again. The last year he entered the season as the #1 overall prospect. Swing and a miss, fooled that time, and he strikes out. First strikeout for Tatis on the day. 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
Lefty on righty, sweeping breaking ball. Oliver Perez lowers the arm angle there with the backdoor breaking ball.
So 2 down, Almonte at first base, and brings up Will Myers. Myers with a single to left field, has the only hit Padres have so far in the afternoon. Now Perez has been concerned with Almonte over there at first base. Two Padres have reached so far on the day. Will Myers with his single to left field in the 1st inning. Abraham Almonte with a walk in this inning. It's at first base right now. Ball and a strike to Myers.
Not overpowering as Oliver Perez. That one was at 89. He's trying to mix it up, as we mentioned, with his delivery, with the off-speed stuff.
Trying to trick you.
Different arm angles, you bet.
Ooh, didn't miss by a lot.
Yeah, pretty good pitch.
Almonte goes. The pitch is a ball. Throw down there, and he is out at second base. Caught trying to steal. Sandy Leon guns down Abraham Almonte and ends the inning. So Myers will lead it off next inning. Caught stealing is Abraham Almonte to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. We played 3. Indians and Padres without a score. Scoreless as we enter the 4th inning back at Peoria Sports Complex. Chris Paddock got his first outing of spring training out of the way, and he's with our own Bob Scanlon.
Don, thanks so much. Chris, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Looked like mid-season form out there, but we got to ask you first. Do you have the in-season pre-game routine going? You walked in with the black hat. How about the pizza? Did you have the pizza?
Absolutely, man. I had the, the Domino's pan pizza last night. Went with the medium. I got to, prepare myself for the season. I couldn't quite finish the medium last night, but it felt good to be back, you know, suited and booted and you know, get a little tease of 2 innings of work today.
Okay, we got it. This time last year, you're trying to make the club, and no one has you inked in to be on that starting rotation. In your mind, looking back on it, did you know you were going to make the team? Was that just a no-brainer for you?
I wouldn't say it was a no-brainer. You know, I knew we had a younger staff going into spring. I knew the arms that we had, it was kind of wide open. But, you know, even this year, you know, I'm going to earn my job. Something we've been saying in the clubhouse is basically just earning our stripes, you know, with the new uniforms and pinstripes and stuff. But overall, man, you know, I just had a mindset of just control what I can control. And that's going to be the same this year. You know, the only 2 things you control is your attitude and effort.
Looking back on last season, you accomplished so many things. 26 starts, 19 of them with 3 earned runs or less, 140 innings that you wanted to get to, the 9 wins. Looking back, what are you most proud of last year?
You know, that's a good question. You know, for me personally, it was a privilege to be able to just, you know, be in a big league uniform for the first time. You know, you're talking about something that I've wanted to accomplish my entire life, ever since I was in diapers. You know, before I could walk, my mom probably had me grabbing a baseball, throwing it around the house. But being able to pitch in front of your family and friends, but I learned so much, man, just having the group of guys in this clubhouse and as well as last year's, just being able to pick their brain was a huge accomplishment for me. And I learned so much going into this, you know, 2019-2020 offseason, and I'm looking forward to the new year.
New year, you've got a new grip on the curveball that we're going to talk about. But before that, we got to talk about the new ink. Can you show off the new ink that you got going out there? What do you got?
You know, I got it done a few weeks ago before camp started. Ortega Ink. He's the local guy here in Phoenix. He does a really good job with professional athletes. He's done a lot of the Arizona Cardinals for football side of things. He's done a lot of the Diamondback guys. You know, so obviously I heard his name. It took me about a year to figure out what I wanted. You know, I drew it up, stick figure version of it. You know, I'm no artist, but, you know, he did a really good job.
Spirit animal on there. You got the state of Texas.
You got to represent the state of Texas, man. But, you know, it was mostly just figuring out where I wanted it on my body. You know, and I went over it, you know, in my head and figured out, you know, why not let the hitter see it?
And it's got 2 scoreless innings, so off to a good start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, real quick, we only got 1 out left. The curveball, what's different this year?
The confidence, man. It's, you know, I would say towards the end of the season, you know, I really got to learn a lot from our hitters standing in and getting feedback from Hedgie, Mejia, you know, Austin Allen when he was with us. You know, all of our catchers did a really good job of giving me some input and being able to trust them back there, them putting down a number 2. Whenever a catcher has confidence with you on the mound, it makes it that much better. But it took me a little while to kind of get in the groove with it. You know, it was more of a lack of confidence, you know, but I got to work on it this offseason. You know, like you said, new grip, more of a spike grip guy now. And the confidence with it, man, is really good. Obviously, I have to sharpen a few things here and there, but, you know, I'm going to use that time for spring to be able to go into the season, being able to throw it in any count.
Chris, great job today. Appreciate the time, and congratulations on a nice start to spring.
Thank you, man. And Fran Mill, if you're listening to this, man, got to tip my cap to you. You know, that was 1v1 matchup right there. I miss you, dude. Wish you the best.
Very nice. He's got the new ink. He's got the nasty curveball. Don Mudd, back up to you.
All right, thanks very much, Scan.
Good stuff there, Scan.
Nice first outing for Paddock.
Yeah. Spike curveball, right? You talked about it. Traditionally, you know, when a pitcher is going to throw the curveball, you know, 2 fingers around the ball, you get the 4 seams action this way. Well, we see and talk about spike curveball, and it enables a pitcher to get that ball over that middle finger just a little bit quicker and not having to worry about that index finger. So, you know, think about it. You're throwing a curveball like that for so long, and then you make an adjustment like that. It might take more pitches to get familiar with it. So hopefully good things as a result for that spike curveball for Chris Paddock.
Luis Perdomo out there.
He's being very aggressive, pounding the strike zone. I mean, he did walk, but the first 2 ground balls, strikeout looking very impressive. I was going to tell Scan, pass along to Chris Paddock, if he in the future has trouble finishing that pizza, just give me a call.
Yeah, a medium?
He couldn't finish a medium? Really?
Throw over to first base, and back is Jones, who walked with 2 down.
I don't understand that.
No, seems like a waste.
Looks like Luis has picked up the pace as well.
Softly hit towards short. Tatis on the move. His throw in the dirt, dug out nicely. Hosmer on the other side to retire the side. Done with 3.5 without a score. It's the Indians and Padres from the Peoria Sports Complex. Oh, you're ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. Indians and Padres are scoreless today. Let's set it back down to Bob Scanlon.
Don, thanks so much. We're here with another pitcher, Pierce Johnson, joining us. Pierce, congratulations. A nice outing today. How'd you feel?
Felt great. You know, Hedgie behind the plate is incredible. He made me look better than it was. So, and obviously our defense is incredible. So just keeping the ball on the ground, right?
It's so great to hear you say that because we talk about both of those elements all the time. Austin Hedges, what he brings to a pitching staff, and also the defense, not too bad. But to hear it from somebody who's coming from the outside, that means a lot. It's impressive to you here in the early going?
Yeah. You know, it's just been a great transition for me because this team's been awesome. Everybody's been welcoming, and I'm just excited to be playing baseball right now.
Okay, before we go any further, you do have some Padre history, some Padre blood in your background. Your dad used to work for the Padres, is that right?
Yes, he did. So he was VP of marketing from 1992 through 98. So we were here for the World Series, and man, I grew up a Padres fan. So this is pretty ideal for the situation.
Very cool. And the situation is totally unique. So for people that don't know, you spent many years in the Cubs organization, then got transitioned over to the Giants, spent a year over there. And then last year, you spent the entire season in Japan and had an amazing experience over there that brought you back over there. What can you share with us about that?
I mean, it was a great year for me on the field and off the field. I mean, it was a fun year. I got to go experience a country I never really would have traveled to. I played baseball at a really high level. I tried amazing food, got to go to all the cultural things. I don't know. It's just a great year all around, and I'm really excited to be back.
A great year is an understatement. So 58 games. I think you had a 1.38 earned run average, 91 punch outs, 34 hits allowed, and 50. I mean, that's absolutely dominating. What was the difference? First of all, how'd you get the opportunity, and then how'd you make the most of it? What was the difference over there?
Yeah, well, I got the opportunity because I was a free agent, and there were some opportunities here, some minor league offers, but nothing really that enticing. And when they throw that kind of big league money at you to go over there and play, it's hard to turn down. So for me, it was a great year. I think I was just consistent. I knew I had pretty good stuff, but I threw a lot more strikes and trusted my stuff, and I think that was the ultimate, game changer for me.
It's interesting also, you mentioned me the other day. I think the attitude that you went in there with, I mean, you approached it as you weren't going to just use it as a stepping stone to get back here to the States. You were really embracing that opportunity and everything that it had to offer.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that was truly the biggest thing that, added to my success. I think if you jump in, with 1 foot, and you kind of always wanted to come back, you don't really have the same intent. You don't play the same way. I guess the teammates kind of realized that, but they knew I was there. I was learning the language. I was trying the food. They were making fun of me and my bad Japanese. No, it was a great experience.
What'd you miss here in the States? What are you happy to be back?
Oh, man. Burritos. I love Chipotle, so that was a must-have, and a solid burger. Had to have some In-N-Out or something.
Glad to have you back in the States, and glad to have your curveball here as a part of the staff. Good to see you, Pierce.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Don Mudd, nasty curveball. He brought some sushi back with him, and we're going to go get an In-N-Out right now. We'll be right back. Back up to you.
What a good kid. Looks just like his dad, too. My goodness.
Rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
3-1 pitch coming in here to Machado, and it does come inside for ball 4.
We hear stories of players, pitchers that go abroad to the Pacific Rim or wherever the case may be.
You did, right?
I did, but I ended my career there, so I didn't come back.
So it wasn't a good experience.
It was, yeah, that's another story. But guys go over there and they learn Miles Michaelis.
Yeah.
Right? Turn it around, different mentality. And, man, I'm rooting for Pierce Johnson. Hopefully an experience like that pays dividends here at the big league level for the Padres.
Very good outing today. A couple of strikeouts for him. As here is Eric Hosmer. Hosmer lined out to center field first time up, 0 for 1. Myers struck out to begin the inning. Machado with a walk, 1 out, 1 on. Sam Hentges is the new pitcher for the Cleveland Indians, their third arm of the day for Terry Francona.
Last season in the minors, 26 games. 2-13. That's a rough go around. Opponents hitting .288. being left-handed, hey, you can always use a left-hander on that staff. Big, tall lefty coming at you.
Line to the left. Allen is not going to get there. It's in front of him for a base hit. Opposite field hit for Eric Hosmer. And the Padres have runners at first and second with one away.
Well, this is lefty on lefty, and we know last year for Eric Hosmer, that really wasn't the best go-around, but his foot is down. He stays square on that baseball, not opening up on that front side, which is very, very key, and driving that ball the opposite way. That's got to be a good feeling for Eric Hosmer, especially against a lefty.
So 2 on, 1 away. Brings up Profar. Lined out to the left fielder, Greg Allen, in the second inning. Adam Pletko started this game today for the Indians. 2 innings, 1 hit. No runs, didn't walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. Oliver Perez, the former Padre, 1 inning, couple of strikeouts. Now Sam Hengis into the game. Flipped down the first baseline over by the Padres dugout, and foul ball evens a count at 1-1. But where are they housed?
The Padres?
Yes.
The Padres are housed on the first base side here at Peoria Sports Complex.
One coming here to Profar. Right back where he came from. Second baseman, though, is there in the backhand with a nice play. Mike Freeman right in behind the bag at second. He was kind of shaded over in that direction. Ended up being perfectly aligned. Makes a nice play and throws out Profar as the runners advance with now 2 down.
You know, Yu Chang at shortstop, he made his way behind the bag too, but this ball caught nicely by Freeman. But they had a chance to get the force at second base. Nice play all the way around up the middle for Cleveland. He is shading towards the second base side. That ball actually hit on the shortstop side.
So Machado to third, Hosmer to second, 2 down, and here's Josh Naylor. Skips in, and a nice pick by Sandy Leon. Naylor flied out to the center fielder Oscar Mercado in the second inning. 0 for 1.
You know, I was watching the left-hander Hentges here, and it seems like lefties away. Eric Hosmer got to pitch away, put it that way. I don't see, and it's only been a handful of pitches, but coming into the left-handed hitter. So a left-handed hitter gets the idea middle away, look that way. Let's see if Naylor tries to rifle it to left field. Inconsistent with the breaking ball. But that gets back to, we talked about a lot last year, how lefties like have reverse splits, how they have really good numbers against righties, but lefties not so much because they're always pitching that one lane. They have difficulty getting that pitch in to the left-handed hitter. It's always away, and the hitters get on that, and they take him the opposite way. There's another pitch away.
th pitch of the inning coming up here for Hentges. Machado at third, Hosmer at second. Padres really threatening for the first time. And a grounder softly hit left side. Third baseman just into the game. Arroyo boots it. Runnels scores. In from third comes Machado. And the Padres strike first. Now, Christian Arroyo had just taken over at third base for Nolan Jones and cannot make that play cleanly, and the Padres score a run.
A very makeable play. Off the shin. Didn't even get leather on that one, looked like. And with 2 outs, everybody is running. Friars are on the board.
So error charge to Arroyo down there at third base with 2 down, first and third now. A run in, and here's Austin Hedges. Hedges hit a ball pretty well to left field. really carried back to the warning track in the wall. Greg Allen made a nice catch back in front of the bullpen for the Cleveland Indians in left field. On the ground this time to the shortstop. Yu Chang will go to second base, the easy way for the force out. That will end the inning. But the Padres get on the board. A costly error in the inning for the Indians. We played 4 from the Peoria Sports Complex. It's 1-0 San Diego. 1-0 Padres have just taken the lead over the Indians. We get ready for the top of the 5th inning. We'll get the best discount on Padres ticket prices by becoming a Padres member. Members receive up to 30% off tickets and 10% off concessions and merchandise at Petco Park. Explore the benefits of membership at Padres.com/new membership. Top of the 5th on a beautiful afternoon. Luis Perdomo out there for another inning of relief. He worked the 4th inning, back out there to start the 5th, and Greg Allen leads it off here for Cleveland. Allen 0 for 1 today, grounding out to first base in the 3rd inning. Allen San Diego born, grew up in Chula Vista. Went to San Diego State. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt.
You go to Hilltop High as well, I believe.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, Chula Vista. Good to see the local kids.
Popped up foul, off to the left, out of play. And a nice catch out there in left field earlier on Hedges at the wall. .229 average last year in 89 games. Two chopped down the first baseline. Hosmer's got it. He'll need help, and Perdomo got over there nicely for the out. So Allen retired, and that'll bring up Sandy Leon, the catcher. Now, you know, this relief thing for Perdomo might be the right spot for him. As it turns out, he seems very comfortable in it again.
Maybe inning or two, especially with his stuff. Tell you what, he's picking up the pace this afternoon. He did that last year. Remember getting sent down, then coming back up and just pounding the strike zone, trusting his stuff. I know all the cliches right there, but still, it makes a difference. There were times when he'd be kind of lax out there and kind of, you know, walking around a little bit and slowing the pace down.
Leon takes a hack, evens a count of 1-1. He was a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. Of course, Perdomo was a Rule 5 pick for the Padres and a guy who was in the rotation for parts of a couple seasons.
And when he's got that two-seamer and that slider working, he can be devastating. Like that there. Bringing it back at 94.
Grounded foul off the fencing of the Padres dugout, first base way. Now Paddock for 2 today, 2 scoreless. Pierce Johnson a scoreless inning. And Luis Perdomo an inning and a 3rd of relief so far in the afternoon for the Padres. 1-2 pitch. 2-2 now to Leon. Perdomo 26 years old now. Wow, wild swing and a miss. His ball gets a long way away from Hedges. And Leon will reach at first base. So it's a wild pitch that allows Leon to reach. He struck out, but he'll be aboard at first base. That one got a long way away from Hedges.
And it was that back foot breaking ball. Austin did everything he could. I mean, he does really well behind home plate, smothering those pitches in the dirt. This one just happened to get away off the glove. And too far for him to make a throw. Probably should have just hung on to that one. No damage done.
It's like Tyler Krieger has taken over at first base for Leon after he reaches on the wild pitch. So it is Krieger running. Mike Freeman has struck out and walked on the day, his third plate appearance, and grounded down to Hosmer. He'll go to second base for one. Back to first. High throw pulls Hosmer off the bag. Tatis elevates that throw, and Hosmer had to jump to get it. Almost turned the DP, but Freeman will reach. They get the front end. Able to get Krieger at second base.
Eric Hosmer has been working diligently with Bobby Dickerson, one of the new coaches for the Padres, on the infield glove work, and it pays off there. Eric did a fine job kind of lowering the sights a little bit, watching that ball into the glove, and then making the throw to second base. Couldn't get him on the back end. But a nice play right there by the Gold Glover, Eric Hosmer.
So 2 down. Runner first, here's Oscar Mercado, and he'll take ball one. Pitch coming up here for Perdomo, an inning and 2/3. Liner into center field, sharply hit, and up to second base goes Freeman. Mercado with his second hit on the afternoon for the Indians. So the Indians have something going here now with 2 down. Indians with 3 hits today, 2 of them Oscar Mercado, their center fielder. That brings up Jake Bowers. 0 for 2 today, has flied out to center and grounded out to first base. Looks like Will Benson has come out on deck with bat for Franmil Reyes. Franmil had a couple of plate appearances today, including a double. In there for a strike, evens a count of 1-1. Freeman at second, Mercado at first. 2 down here for the Indians in the top of the 5th inning. A lot of pitches here for Perdomo now in an inning and 2/3. Next one will be his 34th.
Yeah, in his first inning, 2 quick outs, the walk, and then he got the ground ball to get out of it. Almost rolled that double play there. He's got to make a pitch here with that runner in scoring position. 2 outs, going to be going with the crack of the bat, possibly a run scored on a single. Good pitch, good location, inner half.
Yeah, he had the strikeout of Leon, but the wild pitch
Yep.
allowed the runner to reach and the inning to continue. Down the first base line, but foul. Do it again here, 2-2.
You know, Donnie, with the addition of the arms of the bullpen, we talk about Drew Pomerantz, we talk about Emilio Pagan. It's going to be interesting. You know, Luis Perdomo, big league time with the Padres. They know what he can do. But still, you know, there's only so many slots in that bullpen. Only carry 13 pitchers, right, this year, one of the new rules. But there's an abundance of arms vying for positions in the Padre bullpen.
He went around, strikes out. Perdomo gets him to end the inning, and 2 shutout innings for Luis Perdomo. Picks up his 3rd K. We're halfway through with the Padres on top 1-0. 1-0 Padres have the lead as we play on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Franchy Cordero leading it off. Cordero's second plate appearance. He struck out looking in the 3rd inning. James Karinchak, the new pitcher right now for the Indians, deals with strike over the inside corner. Karinchak, the 4th pitcher of the day now for the Indians.
Only 5 games last year. Opponents only hitting 150 in the small sample size, only 5 1/3, but 8 strikeouts. So look for either the hot heater or the nasty breaking ball right over the top. Iron Mike like. Remember Iron Mike pitching machines? They had that metal, that metal like arm that just came through, then crank up again. The ball would get on the arm there and bam, right over the top. Iron Mike.
Fouled off to the left out of play.
That's some serious downward plane right there.
Throwing to a new catcher, Gavin Collins into the game now for the Indians. Bobby Bradley has taken over at first base now for the Indians as well.
Center field number 76, Longo. And remaining in the game, scoring second base, 67, Tyler Krieger.
Payoff pitch coming here to Franchy. Fouls it off and will do it again.
That home run that Franchy hit in Arizona will be forever etched in my mind.
That was unbelievable. 489 is what it was.
Unbelievable. 3/4 of the way up the frame on the scoreboard, straightaway center field at Chase Field.
Swing and a miss, and Cordero strikes out. Second time today. First out of the 5th inning. So Karinchak getting his first K of the day, and that'll bring up Abraham Almonte.
There's that over-the-top breaking ball to go along with that fastball that Karinchak possesses. Sharp break to it.
One down in the inning. Almonte getting his second plate appearance of the day, and he had walked in the 3rd inning. One of 2 walks offered up by Indians pitching in the game. Adam Pletko started, went 2 shutout innings. Oliver Perez, a former Padre, went an inning. Sam Hengis went an inning, giving up a run. It was unearned, but it's the difference in the game with the Padres on top 1-0. Scored on an error committed by the 3rd baseman, Christian Arroyo. The 0-2 pitch coming here to Almonte with 1 down in the 5th. Runs away on him, 1-2. Top of the order, Fernando Tatis Jr. waiting on deck here for San Diego. Padres trying to add on to a 1-0 advantage.
You know, we talked about it yesterday, Donnie, but just the new rules that are going to be incorporated. Thursday, March 12th is the 3-batter rule that relievers will have to work with. A rule that's going to be implemented this season for 2020. I think we might see some starters stick in the game a little longer, too, because of that rule.
That'll be interesting to see if it actually speeds the game up. That is the intention.
Yeah.
But also keeping you from having a pitcher come in to face one hitter. The specialty guy is no longer a factor unless there are 2 outs in the inning and you're able to finish off the inning. Then it still applies. Strike 3 call Almonte knew it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Karinchak, and there are 2 outs here in the 5th. So 2 down, and Fernando Tatis Jr. coming up. 0 for 2 today so far. He's flying to center and struck out swinging. Padres are actually being out hit in this game 3-2 despite having a 1-0 advantage. Longo, the center fielder, over towards right center. For Tatis to go the other way. Fouls it off above us and evens a count of 1-1.
You know another rule they're going to do in spring training here?
What's that?
Extra innings if both teams agree upon it.
Yep.
We're going to start with the runner at second base.
I think it's exciting. I like it.
Get him over, get him in.
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't mind it.
I mean, extra innings can kill your bullpen.
Yeah.
They can do all kinds of bad stuff.
The runner placed at second base at the start of the each half inning should be the player or the substitute for such player in the batting order immediately preceding the last half innings hitter. So guy at second base, extra frames, spring training.
It's exciting. Popped up foul off to the right, out of play. That would be a pretty major change if they were to implement that through the regular season.
Fernando's getting some good hacks in with 2 strikes. Over the top fastball, pretty straight, and then that breaking ball down and away. That's what he's got to look for. Looks like a fastball away right here. Outfield is planning to go the opposite way. Missed with it.
Karinchak has struck out Cordero and Almonte for the first 2 outs of the inning. And now he strikes out Tatis. Impressive inning for Karinchak. A 1-2-3 inning, strikes out the side in order. Played 5 with the Padres on top 1-0. Spring training rolls along here for the Padres on top 1-0. A lot of the regulars done for the day. A couple of at-bats today and headed towards the clubhouse. World Baseball Classic is the premier international baseball tournament featuring many of the world's greatest players. Qualifying rounds for the 2021 World Baseball Classic take place March 13th through the 25th in Tucson, Arizona. Get your tickets today at worldbaseballclassic.com. Now it's on now to the 6th inning, and Javi Guerra is on the mound for the Padres.
2018, 2019, Javi Guerra, a little bit of time with the Padres. Remember the converted shortstop. Now on the hill.
The Craig Kimbrell deal.
Yeah. 21 games last year. And the strikeouts are there, 30 and 21 and a third. Opponents only hit $197. He's got a live arm. Remember that time in 2018 when he played shortstop, 16 at-bats, only hit $125.
Now Benson batting here in Reyes' spot. Fran Meal facing his old team was 1 for 2 today, and now Benson skies one to center field. Olivares into the game now for the Padres in center. Will make the catch for out number 1 of the 6th inning. Bob Scanlon standing by with Fernando Tatis Jr. Bob?
Don, thanks so much. Yeah, Fernando, great to see you. It's so exciting to see you back on the field. How good does it feel for you to get back out there?
It feels great, man. It feels great to be back there with the boys, and just an amazing feeling to be back, especially after, miss a couple months extra after the injury, but happy to be here.
How tough was it for you to have to miss that time last year? I mean, I know the boys were struggling, but how tough was it on you to have to stand there and watch?
It wasn't easy, seeing the boys out there going to the field, taking the field without me. But every time we just wishing them the best, but this year we're going with everything.
Last year it was so exciting. You accomplished so much. 314 batting average, the 22 home runs. What are you most proud of last year that you accomplished for yourself?
Just, being able to be consistent on the plate, and that's what the mentality for this year. And now we just get a little bit more in the infield.
You look like you're bigger. You look like you're stronger. You put on some muscle?
I just been working out a little bit, but here we are.
You spent time down in the Dominican Republic to do your rehab and everything. Of course, you had opportunities to spend it here if you wanted to, but I think it was important for you to spend it back home. How important is that for you, that time to get back to the DR and your family and be there for the offseason?
It was a great time out there. It was great, especially from my mindset, from mentality, everybody, going every time, every day of going to the field, but going back home out there with the family, having some good quality time. You just take all those bad moments, you just enjoy it yourself.
I had so much fun last year going to opposing clubhouses because I've never had an experience where opposing players were upset that you weren't on the field. Did you realize that you were having that kind of effect, not only on your team, but on other teams as well, in terms of people enjoying you watching them play the game?
That's just amazing. Every time I go there, trying to say hi to everybody, just trying to have a great time, playing a great ball game, and it's all just about, trying to go out there and have fun every single time.
It seems like there were so many expectations on you last year, and you lived up to them. Do you think about that at all, or how do you sort of put that aside and just go out and keep having fun like you do?
People were talking about it, the numbers, the prestation, the #1 prospect, blah, 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 but my mindset was to go out there, help the team every single way possible, and just have fun and have a great time out there.
Anything you're working on in particular this spring to get ready for?
My defense is going to be very key this year for the team, especially for me, and that's been one of the main focus out there.
Fernando, great to see you back out there. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Great to have him back, isn't it, guys? Back up to you.
Sure is, Scan. Thanks very much. It was great.
He's just through and through, man. His personality, his ability on the field, offensively, defensively, base running, his mindset. He's a big leaguer. He's a big leaguer through and through at 20, 21 years old. You agree, Donnie?
I agree. And as Scan said, walking into other clubhouses and having players ask you about him, I think the one thing that surprised a lot of the guys visiting wise was how big he is.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Talking about shortstop, 6'5". He's a big kid.
Love it.
Extremely athletic. And he does look bigger. He looks stronger this year. Scan pointed out. 1-1 pitch is going to miss. Keeping him on the field, keeping him healthy.
And that one injury that happened in Washington was kind of freaky.
Hamstring, right?
Yes, he was going,
the splits.
Yes, it was a forced play at second base.
Cronenworth in now at shortstop with a throw to first base in time. Nicely done. And Javi Guerra has a good inning of relief here. We've played 5.5 today from the Peoria Sports Complex, where the Padres enjoy a 1-0 lead. 1-0 Padres have the lead, and a lot of the regulars heading out. And watch out, Fernando Tatis Jr. will stumble there at the top step. You don't want to get injured on your way to the clubhouse. Well, flashback to last year and some tremendous defense we saw from him last season as he burst onto the scene.
Timed perfectly on the leap, taking away a base hit, and the pitchers like it. The pitching staff, they can look over the right shoulder and know that they're well taken care of by number 23 on that particular play. Joey Fuego, Joey Lucchese, tip of the cap from the left-hander. See a lot of that. Taken on in.
Now into the game here, Phil Maton taking over. Former Padre. We got to see him a couple weeks ago when we were here for fantasy camp. He was in town working out.
We did. An opportunity with Cleveland. As we remember, Phil Maton always working from the stretch.
To deep right field, back towards the wall, and that ball is gone. A home run for Will Myers. Well, hit 18 of them during the regular season last year. Had a single in the first inning, takes it the other way and out of the yard, a home run. Myers puts the Padres on top 2-0. Former teammate Phil Maton.
Phil Maton is one of those pitchers we know that he throws the cut fastball, he throws the fastball, and this is when Will Myers is at his best. He's big, he's strong, he can drive the ball 400 feet the opposite way. He does just that. Mucho cuidado there, Will Myers going the opposite way. Nice easy swing.
There's Seth Mejia's Breen.
Love to see the Rooster get into one here in spring training. El Gallo going yard.
We saw Mejia's Breen last year make his big league debut. Spending the bulk of the year in 117 games in the minors, 14 of them in San Diego. The check swing on a ball away. Popped up back at first base. Bradley going back, and coming over is Krieger, second baseman, to make the catch in foul ground. So Mejia's Breen retired for the first out here at the bottom of the 6th inning.
First baseman, number 75, Hudson Potts.
Comes Hudson Potts, who took over for Eric Hosmer at first base. Back-to-back games he has come into here for the Padres. 240 average last year in 111 games in the minor leagues for Potts. A lot of them during spring training last year as well. Sharply hit and into left field. Up over the outstretched glove of Chang, the shortstop. And a 1-out single for Potts.
Second baseman.
You're not wasting any time. Swinging early in the count. And Hudson getting aboard.
Comes Brayback Valera coming up here now for the Padres. Took over at second base last inning defensively for Jurickson Profar. Home plate umpire Chad Whitson had a little problem with his mask, but has it all set now. With 1 out, Potts at first base and Valera the batter. In there for a strike. Phil Maton was great to be around over a couple of years with the Padres. Up and down quite a bit to El Paso during his time with the Padres. Trying to make this Cleveland Indians team out of the pen. Popped up left side. The shortstop comes over and Chang makes the play in short left field. Third baseman Christian Arroyo also in the neighborhood, but that's out number 2 on the short lawn in left, 2 away.
Right fielder, number 86, Taylor Trammell.
Taylor Trammell coming up. And we saw the other part of the trade start the game for the Cleveland Indians in the cleanup spot. Franmil Reyes and Taylor Trammell. Padres receiving for Franmil, and here he is. Now in right field today, coming into the ball game in the 6th inning.
See if Maton with that cutter tries to get in and jam Trammell. Very late on that heater. 92, low 90s for Phil Maton.
This stage of spring, I think the hitters are a little behind still.
Little, I think a little, just a little bit. mean, you take regular batting practice. I'm sure they have live BP, and there are cases when live BP on the field, you're in the cage, and pitcher's getting his work, and hitters will just stand in there and watch. You know, they don't want to get eaten up by fastballs in, so that's the last thing they want, right? So now it's game time, and now you don't know what's coming, unless you hear a trash can being banged in the dugout. Anyway, but you know, it's tough. You got breaking balls, you've got changeups, you got fastballs that move.
On the ground right side, Krieger at second base will go to first for the out. That will end the inning. The Padres get a run on a home run by Will Myers. 18 of them during the regular season last year. His first of the spring this year. As the Padres on top 2-0 at the end of 6. Back in Peoria with the Padres on top 2-0 through the first 6 innings, getting ready for the top of the 7th inning. And let's check back in with Bob Scanlon.
Thanks, Don. Don, I'm here with Josh Naylor. We have such a fun time talking with Josh. He's one of my favorite players in the clubhouse to chat with on a daily basis. Josh, thanks a lot for the time. We appreciate it. How's spring going for you? We were just talking, and you're saying it's been a little bit of a challenge, but you're looking good. We'll talk about that in a minute. But how you feeling?
Good. I mean, just trying to get my feet under me again. Games are speeding up, and you just got to kind of play catch up for a while. It's been a few months since I had a few ABs, so just taking it day by day and just trying to feel it out daily.
Let's talk about last season a little bit, if you don't mind. Your first chance to play in the big leagues, you had the 12 home runs and got 340 at-bats under your belt. You know what was fun talking to you each day is you were I tell you, you had 8? Did I have the wrong numbers? My bad. I gave you 4 extra home runs. I'm sorry about all the numbers getting boggled. But the point is, you were always talking to guys, and it was fun to talk to you because, say, I talked to this guy about that. I was learning this from. Who did you spend the most time learning from last year? And what do you think was the greatest lesson that you took out of last season?
I mean, I didn't spend a whole lot of time with just one particular person. I kind of made my way around the locker room and just asked advice and certain situations with kind of anyone, position player or pitcher or staff or not. I mean, everyone's kind of had something they've gone through or you know, they're in the big leagues, and it means they've gone through the minor leagues and gone through some sort of struggle. So for me, just asking advice and just kind of leaning on them and learning what they did to get through certain stuff is really helpful for me.
A lot of people forget also that you were transitioning, learning a whole new position and doing it at the big league level. How did you think that went last year, learning the outfield and playing the different corner positions?
I mean, it's obviously a challenge daily, just continuously learning out there and just trying to be the best I personally can for my pitcher and my team, the defense. So just trying to grow and learn every day and just have fun doing it and really soak up, you know, all the knowledge that Kirby has and, you know Tony Tarasco that we have, Vinny Lopez, and all the outfield guys, Skip Schumacher, all the guys who help us daily out there, just try to soak it all in from them because they've been through it all and they know what they're doing and it's great just to hear from them.
And so you go down to Winter Ball to try to work on your skills a little bit more. You're playing for Escogido down in Dominican Republic, and about 10 games into the season, you find out that your manager is leaving you. It's Chase Tingler. How was that to find out that the guy that you're playing with down in Winter Ball is actually going to be your skipper in the big leagues?
It's kind of crazy. I mean, we were like 8-1 or 9-1 at the point, and just the hottest team in the DI. We were killing it. We were doing so good. Had a great group of guys, and then we found out he's leaving. And I was like, wait, what? And we were all happy for him. Ecstatic for him and his family, but it was kind of different because I've never had that happen to me before, but it was awesome.
We're running out of time here, 2 quick outs, but you're a lean, mean machine right now. Tell us about it. How, the decision to lose some of the weight, how did it happen? Because you're looking great.
I mean, I don't know. I just try to work hard. Just try to beat myself in the gym every day and do it for these guys, not for myself, because this is a team game. We're going to win it as a team. So if I can be in the best shape I can, then maybe I'll fit in my piece a little better in the puzzle.
You're looking great out there, Josh. Keep up the great work, and thanks for the time.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Lean, mean machine right here, guys. Don Mudd, back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. He does look great and off to a good start in spring training.
And working diligently defensively, too. You know, we've seen him in the corner outfield positions. And granted, you know, probably not going to win a Gold Glove over his career, but still, he works hard enough to where he wants to try to do the best he can. And, like, the one thing that sticks out in that interview, he goes, he wanted to, you know, get in the best shape. He wanted to do it for his teammates, for the team, not so much for himself. So a team guy.
Now 2 down, runner at first base on the walk. Aaron Leisure into the game here for the Padres, their 5th pitcher of the day.
Down in Cleveland, the catcher for 65, Gavin Collins.
Last year in the minors, 16 games for the left-hander. Pretty respectable numbers. He's a strike thrower, 4 walks in only 23 innings.
Fly ball headed to right field. On the move is Trammell towards the line, and he'll get there with plenty of time to spare. 7th inning stretch from the Peoria Sports Complex with the Padres on top of the Indians 2-0. 2-0. Padres have the lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, single game tickets for the 2020 Padres season are on sale now. Secure your tickets early to experience Padres baseball, the #1 ballpark in America. Buy early and save up to 20% off game day prices at Padres.com. Padres fans enjoying spring training baseball from Peoria Sports Complex, where the Padres have the 2-0 advantage into the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher on now for the Indians, Dominic Leone.
Well, Dominic Leone's been around a while and has been with several teams. Seattle Mariners back in 2014, Toronto Blue Jays, St. Louis Cardinals, last year with the Cardinals and in AAA in Memphis. These are his numbers from the minor leagues last year. Signed as a minor league free agent just this past January to join the Indians in camp. Started his professional career back in 2012 with the Mariners.
Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Luis Campusano, our first look at him here during spring training.
I'm excited. Really good numbers last season in the minors in 110 games. Nice average of 325. He parked 15.
Took over for Austin Hedges last inning defensively. "21-year-old resides in Augusta, Georgia. Born in Augusta, Georgia. Campusano, the swing and a miss there, finds himself down 1-2. 2nd round pick in 2017. Number 79 overall prospect. It's rated by Baseball America, Padres #1 catching prospect. Pops it up down the right field line, overcoming is the second baseman Krieger again to make the basket catch over by the tarp. He's done that a couple of times and makes the grab on Campusano for out #1 of the bottom of the 7th inning.
That's not an easy play for Krieger. Long way to run. You got to deal with the wind. The winds have subsided a little bit, but still great concentration. You've got the warning track there, maybe about good 3 strides before you hit the railing there.
One down here in the 7th inning. Edward Olivares will bat. Took over in center field for Franchi Cordero. Olivares, 24 years old.
I hear a lot of paper shuffling over there.
It's in Amarillo last year. And drives this one to deep left field. Tom looking up, and it is gone. A home run. Edward Olivares hits a home run. A solo shot to left field. And the Padres take a 3-0 lead. Their second home run of the day. Will Myers hit one. And now Olivares has hit one. Hit 18 of them last year at AA Amarillo. This is first of the spring.
That is a hanging slider above the belt buckle, and that is a no-doubter. A beautiful swing on a big-time mistake. Oh, he was on it. Great extension. Cuidado. Oh, and just out of that fans reach there. That's a hang with him.
Michael Getty's batting here with 1 out. And a grounder to shortstop. Riccio is there, and his throw in time to get Geddes for the 2nd out here of the 7th inning. That was a blast for Olivares.
Yeah, that was such a blast that the left fielder out there, who's in left for Cleveland right now?
It is called Tom.
Oh, okay. He didn't even give a courtesy run. He just kind of turned and walked. Yeah.
Jay Cronenworth batting for the first time. Took over at shortstop for Tatis, who had been 0 for 3 today. Jay Cronenworth is 26 years old, acquired from Tampa Bay, along with Tommy Pham, in exchange for Hunter Renfroe and Xavier Edwards in December.
He's a two-way guy, right?
Yes.
He can pitch as well.
Played collegiately at the University of Michigan.
Wolverines.
Got MVP honors last year in Durham at AAA. Hit .334 in Durham. Ground ball, lots English on it and under the glove. Of Arroyo at third base into left field. Should be a base hit, and Cronenworth aboard at first base with 2 down in the inning.
That swing was to right, but the result was a little squibbler to left. Off the end of the bat, cue shot.
The pinch hitter Ivan Castillo coming up here for Will Myers, who had batted in the spot. Good day today for Will at the plate. Had a single and more recently a home run in the 6th inning. So a 2 for 3 day for Myers, and now here is Castillo. Throw over to first, and it's off the glove of Bradley. Doesn't get very far away, and back safely is Cronenworth. Is Squibbler different than Squibber?
Kind of the same. Off the end of the bat. That was definitely a cue shot, though. You said that thing was just going away, right?
Yeah.
From Arroyo. He tried so hard to get to that ball. It was just
couldn't get it.
Couldn't get it.
Lots of spin. Found its way into left field. He's aboard with 2 down. Dominic Leone, who gave up the home run to Olivares. Working here with 2 outs and a runner at first, and here's a fly ball to center field. Longo going back, battling the sun. He can't find it. He stumbles, and it's out of his reach. Coming around to score from first base is Cronenworth, and that'll work out to be an RBI double for Castillo, and the Padres take a 4-0 lead. Like Longo lost that ball in the sun and then fell, and could not make the catch out there in center field. The Padres add on to their lead.
He's got the sunglasses on. Looks like he's got a bead on it, and then right there, wow, not even close. Stumbles, falls, and with 2 outs, Cronenworth on the run, scoring from first base.
Now after the Padres, third baseman, Seth Mejia-Spring.
So Castillo at second base with 2 down. Here is Seth Mejia-Spring, who fouled out to the second baseman, Tyler Krieger, in his first plate appearance in the 6th inning. Takes strike 1. So Leone not getting a lot of help defensively in this inning. In there for strike 2, 0-2. Mejia Spreen last year appearing for the Padres in 3 different positions defensively: first base, shortstop, and third base. Had a 3-hit game September 22nd of last year against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And a walk-off home run in the 10th inning. That 3-hit performance. And how about this one, Bud? Became the first Padres player to have a hyphen in his last name ever.
That's a good little nugget.
Yeah.
We've seen more and more of that these days. Remember Rowan Smith, the kid from the Mariners, the pitcher?
Yep. He was Australian.
Yes. Yeah.
Ryan Roland Smith?
Yes.
Yes.
And there's another kid in camp with the Padres, because we saw it the other day before Jesus' scrum, media scrum. There was a kid walking out towards the bullpen. He had a hyphen in his name, Williams something.
2-2, line to right field, and that's going to get in for a base hit. Castillo being waved around from Glenn Hoffman, the throw to the plate, and it's not in time. Padres take a 5-0 lead. An RBI base hit for Mejia Spreen, and the Padres have scored 3 times here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Some good swings here on Dominic Leone.
Yeah, the Arizona Wildcat. Mejia Spreen going the opposite way and driving it in. Good to see the local kid chiming in here in spring training.
There's Hudson Potts. Bounces in for ball 1. No advance at first base for Mejia Spreen. Blocked nicely by Gavin Collins, the new catcher. Hudson Potts from Grapevine, Texas. First round pick, 24th overall in 2016. Spent most of last year in Amarillo. Playing 107 games, hitting at .227. Shelved, though, at the end of the year with an oblique injury.
You know, those can get dicey.
Sure can. That's it sharply to center. Longo going back. It's going to be over his head and one hop the wall. Mejia Spreen making his way around from first base. Throw to the plate will be cut off. And the Padres add another run, take a 6-0 lead. Hudson Potts with an RBI double over the head of the center fielder. That was a shot to center field.
You know, we saw it in yesterday's game where some of the youngsters late in the ball game putting the ball in play, put some good swings on it. Breen doing a good job. Mejia Spreen, that is, and Hudson Potts helping the Padres tack on. Half a dozen here in the Cactus League against the Tribe.
Well, the Indians have action in their pen. Dominic Leone really laboring through this inning.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach for the Cleveland Indians, out to settle him down a little bit. What you talking about, Willis?
Robert Broom is the action in the pen right now for the Indians. And Leone trying to get this final out of the inning. Padres have scored 4 times in the inning and enjoy a 6-0 advantage. Breivik Valera popped out to the shortstop first time up. Take strike 1. A snap throw down to second base, but back safely at second is Potts. Braccio, the shortstop, cheating in behind Potts, trying to nab him. Eighth batter to bat here for the Padres in this 7th inning. Look out. Down goes Valera. Spirals off the backside, no throw.
That's something that you work on in spring training. You know, even though you trail 6-0, you want to get on the same page as your shortstop or second baseman. Pretty good opportunity to work on that play, whether it's the daylight play or the timing play, just to keep them close.
"27 pitches in this inning for Dominic Leone. And he's not out of it yet. It's falling behind Valera here, 2-1. Make it 3-1. On the ground to short. Raccio's got it. He'll go to first base with a throw that will end the inning. But the Padres score 4 times in the inning, and that includes the home run for Edward Olivares. Taking it to deep left field. Olivares with good extension, and the Padres with a very good offensive inning. They did 6-0, 7th inning stretch. 6-0 now after a 4-run bottom of the 7th inning. Padres on top as we get ready for the top of the 8th. Well, Padres opening series weekend presented by Sequan Casino Resort is just around the corner. March 26th through the 29th against the Rockies. Don't miss the festivities, including a fleece blanket all-fan giveaway on Saturday. Grab your tickets at Padres.com. It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, can't wait.
That's on to the 8th inning. Fred Schlichtholtz into the game now for the Padres, a left-hander.
Last season, he was in the minors. Only started 1 game. Doesn't look to be, I was watching his warm-ups. Not overpowering, about 90-ish, 91. A little high on the walks, though. 24 free passes and 47-plus innings of work.
It's Longo leading it off here for the Indians. Just fouled one off his foot, painfully so. Schlichtholtz taking over for Leisure, who went an inning giving up 1 walk. One-two pitch coming up. And it's a tad high. 2-2. Now today, Chris Paddock started for the Padres. 2 very good innings, 2 shutout innings. Gave up 1 hit, no walk, struck out 3. Here's Johnson, had a shutout inning. Luis Perdomo ended up going 2 innings today for the Padres. This one, bat goes flying into the Padres dugout as he strikes out, but looks like everybody's okay. That dugout, of course, in spring training is at capacity over there.
Looked like an off-speed pitch, and that's one of those cases where, the hitter will try to reach for it. Let's check it out. No, not really. It was a fastball, actually. His grips could be a little bit worn on there. It needs a little bit more stickum. But heads up, that's why you always have to watch the ball, Don. Keep your eye on the baseball at all times.
There's Bobby Bradley with 1 out. Took over at first base for Jake Bowers, who today at the plate had been 0 for 3. In the air to shallow right center field. It's fallen fast and fallen in for a hit in front of Olivares. And a base hit here for Bradley.
Sounded like it broke his bat. Big swing. Took the sting out of that pitch off the bat, and it dumped in there in shallow right center field.
Will Benson coming up again. He's DHing and flying out to center field in the 6th inning. And bats now with 1 out and a runner at first. 6-0 Padres on top in this one with 1 out in the 8th. Bradley gains his lead at first base. Two balls and a strike down to Will Benson. Late on that, and it's 2-2. Big cut.
Yeah, off balance swing too on the back end.
Only at 91 miles an hour, but acted a lot faster than that. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out second K for Schlichtholz, and there are 2 outs.
Well, is there a little deception in there from the left-hander as it's lefty on lefty here? Kind of a short armor, but that's a fastball right down the middle. And another bad swing right there, wanting to hold up and could not.
So 2 outs, runner at first. Here is Connor Maribel. Carve foul off to the left out of play. 0-2. On the ground and to his left, Mejias Breen gets up and makes the throw to first base in time. Nice play down there at third base by Breen, hit sharply. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-0 Padres on top. Today's play of the game brought to you by Bill Howe is going the other way. Will Myers had 18 home runs during the regular season last year. First home run of the spring for Will Myers. Part of a 6-0 Padres lead. And one of the 2 hits that Will had today. Also had a single. So we play on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Padres on top 6-0 as they come to bat in the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher on for the Cleveland Indians, Robert Broom.
Well, going to get a different look. Whoa. Low 3/4 sidearm action from Robert Broom. Drafted by the Indians 10th round in 2018 out of Mercer University. And there are his numbers last year in the minors. Had a nice ERA of .73.
Taylor Trammell. Have a late swing, fouls it off over by the Indians dugout on the third base side. Well, Trammell getting his second plate appearance of the day, grounded out to second base in the 6th inning.
You know, they think a guy like this with that arm action. I mean, we had it with Adam Simber, right?
Right. They have it with Adam Simber, too.
Now with the Cleveland Indians. But I think if you can consistently throw strikes to have that different look out of the bullpen with that low 3/4 sidearm action.
Liner to center. Longo coming in. He can't get it. It eats him up. Ends up behind him. And Trammell will cruise into second base. Well, Longo's had a tough time out there in center field. A little indecisive that time. Ends up not being able to knock it down. Got a piece of it. Ends up behind him. And a double starts things here for Taylor Trammell in the bottom of the 8th inning.
You know, every time I see an outfielder coming in like this, I think of wrist, elbow, shoulder. I think of injury, and thank goodness Longo gets up. Yeah, it's a tough feeling right there, not coming up with that, especially keeping it in front of him. But he's fine now. Good to see that.
It's a leadoff double here. Here's Luis Campusano again. Fouled out to the second baseman in the 7th inning and takes the strike from the sidewinder.
You know, you don't have to throw that hard to be effective when you have that type of arm angle. Most of the guys that throw from down there, you know, they're mid-80s maybe.
What makes it so tough? The release point?
Yeah,
or?
the release point. I mean, it's actually kind of, they're, you know, pitching uphill a little bit, it looks like. Gives you that illusion. Then you're throwing that frisbee, that breaking ball, to the right-hander.
Why don't more guys do it?
Not used to it. You're so conditioned as a kid, right? I think this is a secondary. That would be an interesting question for Broom.
And he strikes out Campusano, his first K since coming in.
Is this something that you developed later on in your career? Were you a traditional high three-quarter guy before this?
Edward Olivares coming up. Last time he was up, he did this.
Hanging breaking ball. Spins up there. It's got hit me all over it. You hangy, and he will bang me. And he did just that. That was a no-doubter.
One of the 10 hits put together by the Padres in this game. The one pitch a little bit low, and it's 1-1. $18 home runs for Olivares last year. Padres will be in Tempe tomorrow, take on the Angels.
Ooh. Pretty good pitch. And once again, this looks like it's a hanging pitch. It's very hittable, but because of the arm angle, it kind of straightens him up a little bit, right? Kind of fooled by that pitch. Didn't get the call.
2-1. And it's fouled off to make it 2-2. Led the Texas League in runs scored last year with 85. Total bases with 221. Finished second in RBIs, third in hits. Had 138 hits last year with the Sod Poodles in Amarillo. Spent the entire season in Amarillo. Came to the Padres from the Blue Jays in the Hervis Solarte deal. January of 2018. Oops, this one down the left field line, foul out ahead. Outside ball 4. Olivares down to first base with a 1-out walk.
Now then for San Diego, left fielder Michael Geddes.
Two on, one away, and here is Michael Geddes. Geddes grounded out to shortstop in the 7th inning. Take strike one. Only for Geddes to go the other way. The center fielder Longo over towards right center field. Geddes 24 years old, a second-round pick. 2014 for the Padres. Last year in El Paso, setting career highs. The doubles, led the Chihuahuas in doubles, triples with 5, 31 home runs. Spent the entire season at AAA. And lines one to third. Arroyo took a look towards second. No play there, though, but nice catch on the hot shot to the hot corner. 2 down.
That ball was smoked. And that ball is hooking. It's hit so hard, it's hooking towards the line, right? And that's the line drives right at the infielders. Yeah, pretty easy play to make. But that one that's hooking away from Arroyo, that's not an easy play.
Two on, 2 down. Jake Cronenworth coming up here for the Padres. Single to left field his last time up, came around to score. Part of a 4-run 7th inning for the Padres. It opened this game up. There's San Diego on top now, 6-0. Two on, 2 down.
These are valuable at-bats for kids like Jake Cronenworth. Luis Campusano.
Gets a strike and it's 2-1.
Taylor Trammell. I can go on and on, but you got to go up to these at-bats like it's your last one, trying to drive in that winning run, even though it's 6-0. Show the coaching staff and Jace Tingler what you can do.
Strike 2, 2-2. Trammell at second base, Olivares at first base, 2 down in the 8th. Padres trying to add on to a 6-0 lead. And a liner off the glove of Bradley at first base into short right. Coming around from second is Trammell. Throw goes there and he will get in safely. And the Padres had a run on top, 7-0. Well hit. Cronenworth off the glove of Bobby Bradley, the first baseman. Drives in another Padres run.
Well, he hung in there with 2 strikes, and he went down and got this backdoor breaking ball. He went down and got it out in front a little bit, but still hit with some authority, just out of the reach, off the glove. That's an RBI single. Thank you very much.
First and third now, and 2 down. Juan Castillo. They doubled in the 7th inning, came around to score. Juan Castillo, 24 years old. Straightened up on a pitch, down and in. ...104 games for him in Amarillo last year, hitting at .313 for the Sod Poodles. Tardy on that and running away, and it's 2-1. He was a batting champion last year in the Texas League. Hitting at .313. Swing and a miss, evens at 2-2.
You know, a sod poodle is a nickname for a prairie dog. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. Pretty cool logo, too.
Full count. Two down, last of the 8th inning. Padres have tacked on another run. Have a 7-0 advantage. Runners at the corners. And Ivan Castillo winning on a payoff pitch from Robert Broom, who's run into some trouble here in the 8th. Up the middle into center field, a base hit. Scoring from third, Olivares, and the Padres take an 8-0 lead. RBI single for Ivan Castillo. And the runs continue for the Padres. And here comes Terry Francona. Francona's going to take the baseball from Broom. David Spear has been warming in the pen, and we've got a pitching change here with 2 outs in the inning. 2 more runs for the Padres on top, 8-0. 8-0 Padres have lead over the Indians with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. We'll remind you to join us for the annual San Diego Half Marathon and Padres 5K at Petco Park on Sunday, March 15th. All races end with an epic finish inside the ballpark. There are 3 race options to choose from: half marathon, 2-person half marathon relay, or the Padres 5K. Register today at padres.com/STHalf. The Padres enjoying today's game on top 8-0 over the Cleveland Indians. Runners at first and second. And here's Seth Mejia's Brain, who takes strike 1 from David Spear, the new pitcher now on for the Indians.
David Spear, an Ivy Leaguer, attended Columbia. He's a Lion. 33 games last year in the minors. Kind of a contact pitcher, 56+ innings, 44 strikeouts. Nice little cut fastball or slider right there, down and in.
Bounces in and away, and the runner's going to try to advance. They will. We're taking off for third base. Castillo for second. It was blocked and kind of kicked up the line by the catcher Gavin Collins, allowing the runners to both get into scoring position.
Yeah, trying to go over that breaking ball to the back foot, but he yanks it, and it's well out in front of home plate. Very tough for any catcher to get in front of that one.
So the wild pitch advances the runners. Cronenworth to third, Castillo to second. Here's Breen, grounds it left side. It's picked by the third baseman Arroyo, who spins and fires and makes the throw to first base in time to get Mejia's Breen. And to end the inning, the Padres get a pair of runs, have an 8-0 lead. To the 9th we go. 8-0 Padres on top. We head to the 9th inning. We're throwing Gerardo Reyes into the game here for the Padres.
Oh, we saw him last year, and a very nice statistic on Gerardo. You know, he had 13 strikeouts per 9 innings in 2019. That's what it averaged out to be, right? But the walks are the one thing that kind of bit him, and his kryptonite, 11 in 26 innings. He can get wild. He's got that low 3/4 arm angle. Throws the ball very, very hard. Opponents at 240 off of Gerardo last year. Pitched in 27 games for the Padres, 26 innings.
13.15 strikeouts per 9, though. Second only to Kirby Yates as far as strikeout proficiency goes on the team. Christian Arroyo, the third baseman for the Indians. Apparently you just said that. I don't always listen to you. I find it hard. And boring. Yeah. So Arroyo leading it off. Did you really just finish saying that? I did, really. Well, at least I waited for you to finish before I threw it back out there again as new information. 1-1 is grounded foul outside the bag at third. Did you say it with the same inflection?
Yeah, it's funny. I said it, right? And then I hit my talk back to the truck. Hey, tell Don I just said that, will you? You get on him and tell him I just said that.
Well, now you know it twice.
Somebody may have left the room.
I can't always listen to you. I can't. I've gotten to the ability to tune you out at times. This one is in the air to right field. Trammell spinning back towards the track, shy of it, turns and makes the catch. Ground number 1 of the 9th inning. So 1 down here in the 9th. Taylor Trammell getting some help from the bullpen area. One down in the 9th.
Here comes that slider.
Ooh. Fights it off to shortstop. Cronenworth with the throw in time. 2 down in the 9th inning.
I'll tell you what, if he is on with that pitch, that's that slider in on the hands of a left-hander. Good luck, and we just saw it right there. There'll be a lot of sore thumbs, left-handed hitters, with the success of that pitch.
And 2 down in the 9th inning. Here is Tom, who took over in left field. Indians come to Petco Park this year in San Diego, and the Padres actually also go to Cleveland. Home and home series this year. American League Central this year, the opponent for the Padres in interleague play. Reyes missing in, and it's a ball and a strike. Nice day today for Paddock, who started the game 2 innings, allowing no runs. Also saw Pierce Johnson for an inning, Perdomo for a couple. 1-1 in there for strike 2.
And once again, this Padres pitching staff throwing strikes, because according to my scorecard, there are 3 walks. They're generally throwing good quality strikes.
Just missed, and it's 2-2.
Missed by how much, or was it a strike? Looks like it might have been on the outside corner, but he was set up inside, had to go out and get that. Did not get the call.
Do it again, 2-2. They got a piece of Campusano. Two down here in the 9th. A 2-2 pitch coming up to Tom. And he fouls it off. Stay alive. Home runs today for Edward Olivares, and also a home run for Will Myers today. Part of this 8-run attack for the Padres on 12 hits. Trying to shut out the Cleveland Indians today. 2-2 pitch. And that's ball 3, full count. Fastball at 98 missing. It's a running fastball from Reyes.
Good fuzz.
Payoff pitch. And it's fouled back. We'll do it again. Reyes, who made his major league debut in April last year at Arizona, got a win in his first appearance. Line and caught at first base by Potts to end the ball game. Hot shot to first base. Padres are able to shut out the Cleveland Indians today. They win at 8-0 behind good pitching and some very good offense. We'll step aside and come back to the Peoria Sports Complex for more after this.